Assalamu alaikum, this is Khalid and you're watching the 21st episode of Arab Guy on Battle Spot, where I go battling on the Battle Spot with my commentary. Today is the 2nd of December, so that means it's the UAE's National Day. And to mark the occasion, I'll be using a very fun team. I'm happy, the country is happy, so might as well bring the happiness to the Battle Spot. So you'll notice the team is all you could say full of culture and tradition from the United Arab Emirates. The first thing you'll notice is the Talon Flame. It's a falcon. Our coat of arms is the falcon, and so does many other Arab countries. They're cool, fast and strong, so who wouldn't want a falcon as their coat of arms? Next up is Camel. Camels are cool. They carry your stuff, they carry you around, you can cut them up and have some delicious meat, you can milk them for some delicious milk, and they're just amazing animals. Next is Executor. It's the closest thing in the game as a date palm. Date palms are also cool. You can use their branches, tie them up and build a house. You can use their branches as like a makeshift broom to clean up. You can make ropes out of I'm not sure what it's called. It's some fibers around the tree. And most importantly, the fruits, the date. They're nice, they're delicious, they're healthy, full of good stuff. And in the desert, you really want all the good stuff. Next up is Clan Pearl. That symbolizes the pearl diving back in the day, when people used to go out into the sea and dive for pearls and sell them into the market for good money. It was really good for the economy. I guess you could say it helped us to get us where we are. Then after artificial pearls came up and destroyed the market. So next up is Cresselia. You could say I kind of tried hard to at least have something good in there. Cresselia, you could say it's the moon. All the Islamic events are based on the Hijri calendar, which is based on the moon, and it's always based on what you see on the moon. Like if you see a crescent, like the light is just barely showing, that means it's a new month. So it's like 20 days. So next up is Among Us. I also say that's the same story as Cresselia, which I tried hard to find something good, but it's kind of related. In the desert, after it rains, some small fungus start popping up here and there. What people would do is go and look for them, pick them up, clean them, cut them, and fry them. They're really delicious. I'm not saying Among Us is delicious, but that fungus, which is called Aryun in Arabic, or I believe Podaxis in English, I'm not entirely sure. I think it also appears in Australia in some form, not entirely sure. Either way, let's go ahead and do our best with this not so good team. If we fail, our patriotism will pick us up. Andre from Brazil, 1574. His team is Gyarados, Espeon, Volcarona, Magnezone, Banalbi, Banalby. No, not Banalby. I forgot his name. Uh, and Lopani. Diggersby. I remember his name. Kind of out of it lately. I guess I kind of blame playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon a lot. One of the friendly characters is Banalby, so I kind of mixed up there. So looking at his team, bringing Talonflame sounds like a good idea. It can do really good damage to everything except the Gyarados. So with that in mind, I would say bringing Talonflame and Amoonguss. And the back I'll have Camerupt and Cresselia. Yeah, this is good. Let's go. Diggersby is really cool. I used to use him back when I played singles. He is really strong. He has Earthquake, Return, Quick Attack. So we see Lopunny and Volcarona. So what are the chances he would go for a Fake Out? I go for a Quick Guard and Spore the Volcarona. There's our Quick Guard, hopefully blocking the incoming Fake Out. Yep, blocked. There's a Quiver Dance and we Spore it. Hopefully it's not Lumberry. We put it to sleep, and does it have Lumberry? No Lumberry, perfect. So we're free to Brave Bird the hell out of this Lopunny. And I would Spore the Volcarona again, just in case it decides to switch out. Yeah, I'm Sporing that spot again. Okay, no switch outs. Lopunny is going out because Falcons are awesome. Well, rabbits probably won't survive an attack by a falcon, so it makes sense. Volcarona is already asleep. No surprise switch outs, I guess. There's the Magnezone. I guess the Volcarona is the bigger threat here, so let's go ahead and take it out. And I'll Rage Powder. Yeah, Magnezone protects. It's better to go after the Volcarona here. And will it go out? Focus Sash. I'll be honest, I was actually thinking about going for the Giga Drain while it was asleep. But I actually wouldn't have ever... I mean... you know that feeling when you, like, you're absolutely sure it won't happen, but it happens anyway because reasons. So, I guess we'll go for the Camerupt. It has the what's it called, air balloons. So I'll go with the Brave Bird, Mega Evolve, and Heat Wave. Now what if that Magnezone is sturdy? Let's see what he does. He's taking his time. This is my Mega Evolution, and hopefully it's not okay, never mind. Volcano goes down. I was going to say hopefully it's not a hidden power water volcano or something weird like that. Talflame stays alive, thankfully, and it goes for the flash cannon onto. Okay, I'm okay with this. Let's see, sturdy. Sturdy. Will it get burnt? Get burnt. No burn? Nah. It's fine. And Gyarados. Why? That's Moxie Gyarados. Why would you run that? In any case, let's Brave Bird this Magnezone. And I'm really tempted to go for the Ancient Power. Yeah, I'll go for the Ancient Power. If I lose the camera, I guess that would be fine. And he goes for the waterfall onto camera. That's okay, I guess. I should start worrying about the Gyarados before it gets too big, so I'll go ahead and Brave Bird it and Psychic the Magnezone. That way, if the Talonflame knocks itself out, it won't get the Moxie boost. Okay, it survives. Let's hope Cresselia survives the incoming attacks. And good, perfect. Well, that's very good for us. One for the country. Now, next up, let's see who's our next opponent. I'm actually surprised I actually won. Just for the record, I'm using my main cartridge, so I am actually concerned about my rating as I play with this team. In party, you can see my old team in the battle box. I just moved this. I'm using the same Among Us. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I depressed. Anyway, I'm at 1651. My next opponent is from Japan, 1581. Let's see what team he has. Aegislash, Charizard, Swampert, Whimsicott, Gardevoir, and Terrakion. I hate facing that Whimsicott, especially when paired with a Terrakion. And I'm not sure if I can take this on, to be honest. I guess I could lead with Talonflame. Talonflame and Executor. Okay, Talonflame, Executor, Camerat, and I'm tempted to bring the Clamper, but if I'm going to do that, I'll have to bring Among Us instead. Clamper and Camerat. But that means no Trick Room support. I'll go with the Executor, Camerat, and Among Us. Double Grass. Let's go. And if he decides to bring his Charizard, which is probably Charizard, Mega Charizard Y, he'd support us with the Sun. Let's see what he brings. Okay, as expected. There are two things he could do here. Number one, he could go for straight for the Beat Up and Rock Slide, or he could protect Tailwind, in which case I should go straight after the Whimsicott. Though in either case, I guess. Okay, assume he went for the Tailwind. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'll go straight for the Brave Bird onto the Terrakion and Trick Room. Interesting. Taunt. Oh man. I guess I'll keep up the pressure. I don't mind not setting up the Trick Room. I can... Actually, here's what I'll do. I'll go for the Flare Blitz onto the Whimsicott. And... Giga Drain the... that guy. Okay, there's the Beat Up. Okay, things are going to get really awkward from here. Question is Jolly Terrakion faster than Adamant? Okay, it's slow. If I get the burn, that would be nice. Oh, it's not sashed. Okay. It's not sashed. I wasn't expecting that. Miss. No miss. Executor. Okay, don't flinch Executor. That would be nasty. Crit, apparently. Not that mattered. There's our citrus berry. Delicious. And Giga Drain. Is this a knockout? Not enough. We get another citrus berry. And I'll bring in the camera. Should be bulky enough for everything. There's a chance he'd go for the white guard here. Considering that, I'll go for the heat wave either way, and Giga Drain again the Terrakion. Hopefully it doesn't go for a close combat or something crazy like that. Okay, it's physical. We should survive that, but I'm not sure about the rock slide. Goes for the rock slide. Now if Camerupt doesn't flinch, that would be perfect. We take them both out. Yes. And no miss. So things are looking good. We still have our Among Us in the back, but we have no idea whether or not he brought his... Actually, both his Megas could threaten us. So let's see. His Megas being either Gardevoir or Charizard. And that's Charizard. Yeah, but there's no way of winning this. Unless... Okay, we'll try our luck. If he goes for a single target attack, he'd attack Among Us. If he goes for a heat wave, we'll just have to pray for the miss and knock him down with Ancient Power. Just making sure I picked it. Okay, Ancient Power and Rage Powder. Let's see how this goes. There's a drought. And we go for the Rage Powder. Single target attack. There's no reason for him to, I guess. Wait wave. That hits. And we don't survive. It's a close game. A critical hit. Probably didn't matter there. I guess I could have done that first, the second turn better if I went straight for the Brave Bird. I guess he can't simply White Guard forever. So going for the Brave Bird, just if I kept going for the Brave Bird, that would have made it better. So unfortunately, I guess we got punished for that. Of course, it being a special episode today, I'm doing another one. I'm actually having fun with this team, which is the point of this team. So my rating went down to 1632. I have 77 number of battles. I won 44 times, which is the number of years we've been united for. and 33 losses. From the United States, VGC Colombia, 16 something something, I think. That looks like, I don't know what this looks like. It looks like a sand team. It being a sand team, Cameron doesn't like being there in the first turn, but Clamper would be really awesome here. You just have to figure out how to set it up. Tyranitar and Tyranitar, Sylveon, and Excadrill have spread moves which threaten it, and the Mungus would ignore my Mungus. So, considering those, going for maybe I'm not sure if Talonflame would be too useful here, besides knocking out that Amoonguss. Okay, here's the plan. Camerupt, Cresselia. Talonflame, and I'm tempted to bring Executor or Amoonguss. I'll bring Amoonguss. It has a better matchup against Tyranitar. So unfortunately I did not get the Clamper out ever. So there's my lead, and there's Tyranitar and Swampert, which I guess makes sense. I'll switch it out immediately, bring in Amoonguss, and set up Trick Room. That's probably Mega Tyranitar, considering there was no other potential Mega. Yep. Tyranitar is cool. But his Mega isn't that great, unfortunately. There's a crunch onto the Cresselia, which would do massive damage. Or I guess not as massive as I expected. There's a Scald onto the Amoonguss. Please don't burn. Okay, perfect. Considering bringing my camera up here, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm expecting the Swampert to switch out, maybe to Amoonguss. So I'll just Spore the Tyranitar and Psychic the Swampert. Okay, switches out to the Swampert, bringing in the Rotom. That's fine. We need to take note if it's safety goggles. We do some damage. Tyranitar is asleep. Amoonguss is buffeted by the Sandstorm. Cresselia. And let's see, Rotom. Yes, okay, no safety goggles. So we are free to Spore it. And from here I'll bring in the camera out. Hopefully the Tyranitar doesn't wake up. And Tyranitar's fast asleep. Perfect. I'll protect the Rotom and go for a big tasty earth power onto the Tyranitar. I have problems saying some of the names. Tyranitar. Like you have to say that Thai part really well. Unfortunately it protects. Rotom wakes up even. I guess the bigger threat here is the Rotom, so I need to put it down. Though, if you think about it... Okay, I'll go for the Spore onto the Tyranitar and Ancient Power the Rotom. The Ancient Power should take out the Rotom. Let's see how much damage. And it picks up the KO. And we put the Tyranitar back to sleep. I really love this. The Arion I mentioned, they appear in the desert. Camels appear in the desert. Arion being the Podaxis, I believe they're called, which Among Us represents in this team. So there's the Excadrill. Obviously, I will need to Spore because of reasons. Switch this guy out, bring in Cresselia. Okay, Tyranitar switches out. It needs that sand. I hope Excadrill doesn't protect. It went for the protecting. Though it can't Earthquake unless its partner protects. So if I need to be careful, if the opponent attacks, there's a chance. I mean, if Excadrill's partner attacks, there's a good chance the following turn Excadrill would go for an Earthquake. So I need to be very mindful of everything going on there. Do I go for the Giga Drain onto Swampert? I feel I should. Actually, I'll protect. I know he'll double into it because he knows it's clearly the biggest threat here. So I will set up Trick Room once again. And so it goes for the Rock Slide, probably wanting to... Cresselia avoids. That's... everything went perfectly here for me. And do I go for a... I don't think Giga Drain alone would enough to knock out the Swampert. But with Helping Hand, it should be enough. It might be the Assault Vest variant, which can take attacks really well. Though there's a chance it would protect. So maybe going for the Psychic into the Excadrill, breaking the Sash would be good. Yeah, I'll go for it. Psychic the Excadrill. Okay, stays in. Swampert survives, but I heal up a very good amount. Almost back to full. And it's Citrus Berry, which means more health for me back in the next turn. There's a Scald onto the Cresselia. Burnt. And Psychic to break the sash on the Excadrill. Let's see what it goes for. Probably Earthquake. Earthquake? You want to knock out your own Swampert? I mean, sure, I do that a lot with my Choice Band Landors, but okay, it's not Scarf. It's I mean, it's not Sash. It's Life Orb. So with that being considered, I can just keep up the pressure and put it to sleep. Switch out into Camerupt. I may get the 4-0 here. If that happens, that would be perfect. We put the Excadrill to sleep. Tyranitar is asleep. Great. There's a good chance here Tyranitar would go for the Protect the next turn. So here I would Giga Drain the Tyranitar and Heat Wave. Tyranitar remains asleep. He wanted to go for the Protect. Excadrill is also asleep. It also wanted to Protect. The power of Patriotism. The power of loving your own country. This is great. So yeah, we win 4-0. Giga Drain and Earth Power. Please don't forfeit. It wakes up and it protects, but it doesn't mean much. You can't knock out Camerupt in a single hit. Does Trick Room end here? It does, but does it matter? Probably not. I'll go for the Giga Drain again and Earth Power once again. Goes for the Rock Slide. Not enough damage. The Giga Drain goes through, doing... It's a 3-hit KO if the camera keeps getting flinched. And Earth Power goes through. "4-0", critical hit. Well, this is really nice. I was actually expecting to lose more than I win. My team is really just thrown together with no real cohesiveness, I guess. But I guess the main core is Camerupt, Amoonguss, and Cresselia, and Talonflame. And the other two, I guess, are there just for fun. Those four being the actual good stuff, and the other two are a bit questionable. But at least we won some. It's good for my good for my rating. If you remember, I did mention back when season 13 started, I changed my 3DS's region to the UAE, so that you would be able to see me on the battle spot ladder on the Pokemon Global Link website as under the United Arab Emirates. Right now it's just me alone, which is kind of sad. but maybe that'll change eventually. Maybe once Nintendo decides to actually put games on the UAE eShop. But we have no idea when that is happening. At least I get to say that I'm the first on the UAE ladder. So thank you for watching. If you want to see this team again, do let me know. I will play it tomorrow. You can just message me on Twitter, down in the comments, or on Facebook, just wherever you're able to talk to me. Let me know, and maybe I'll choose to go for it again tomorrow. So if you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.